Welcome to another RPM reaction review. Today I'll be reviewing Jarrett Osborn's Paceholder, so I'm prepared to be disappointed and feeling inadequate about myself. Disappointed myself, that would be. Not disappointed in the album. I think this is going to be great. This will be interesting. I've never actually read Jarrett's lyrics. Right, so he's already got better sounding drums than the rest of us. Signature Jarrett Osborn, slightly distorted vocals, but in a good way. And there it is, the harmonies that, yeah. He's just really, really good. I mean, like, we said it before, like, if John Mayer didn't suck and was, like, cool, he'd be Jarrett. Maybe Jarrett secretly is John Mayer and isn't telling us, and that's why he has all this fancy gear. He keeps buying microphones and stuff, because, well, his body is a Wonderland money. The checks just keep coming in. It's a theory. Alright, so incredibly awesome drums, a really great pulsing keyboard bass part, and bringing in elements of interest all over the place. This is everything that I want. It's everything I've tried to convince other people that they need to be thinking about as well. It's everything I'm still hoping I can make happen in my own music. Just freaking great, man. So this song reminds me of another song that I really liked in the last few years called Relay Runner. I'll add a thought bubble here that says who it's by. Track 2, Ascent. Ooh, that's so nice. I know Jarrett was going for the keyboard 80s-ish record, but this is not what I expected at all. It's really great. Wow. Here, I'll make something up. I wish the bass was a little louder here. There. Bad Jarrett. This is like the Lost John Hughes soundtrack. Who the heck was it that sang If You Leave? It sounds like them. Another thought bubble. Hey, wait, there's a guitar. So now I'm trying to figure out what the lyrics mean. Jarrett might be high, I'm not sure. Let's just see what happens as we go forward. Another great track. Moving on to track 3, My New Distraction. The longest track on the album at 4 minutes and 48 seconds. So maybe I can complain about him doing something too long or repeating or something. It's like an alternate version of Get Lucky. I'm gonna just dance along. There we go. There come my guitars I've been waiting for. Excellent change there. Good way to swap it up, and now you've looped back to that bass line. Do you use much of your vocal range, or are you whispering? Just wondering. Damn, man. It's just effortless. It just grooves effortlessly. Ugh. I try so hard to get to 10% of what you're doing here. Good God, man. That's an interesting turn. The transition was a little weird to me. Like the two guitars with the one doing the tremolo and the other one straightforward. Really like the cadence on that guitar, how it moves in and out. It creates a totally different feel. Alright, so the song's about passing thread through the eye, which would make Jarrett the needle, which again, going with my theory that Jarrett's high while writing the lyrics to this record, I think this is a desperate call out to tell us that he's secretly a heroin addict. Again, it's a theory. Track number 4, Medicine Moon. See, I'm onto something. This is all druggy. This whole thing's druggy. It's a cry for help. Ooh, a different immediacy to your voice, way up front. Bonus points for saying tinnitus instead of tinnitus. Oh, that melody line. It's gorgeous. Ooh, a little bit of growth there in the sound with the guitars. I was just noticing that I don't notice the drums. I mean, I should. They're great. But I don't even think about them. They're just so right where they should be. Yep, that's exactly what I wanted the guitar to do there. It's great. It's a perfect non-solo. Ooh. Filter tricks. So that was really cool. That was really, really cool. Next up, track 5, Pry, which is, I believe, the shortest track on the record at 2 minutes and 34 seconds. There we go. Second verse, slightly different, creates interest with that second vocal. And the guitars are bigger too. Everything has its place. Everything sounds crisp. Oh, that drum roll, yes. Man. Crisp, solid ending, too. Track 6, Tridents. A lot of swirling on this record. Of course, a lot of swirling and tremolo from all of us this year. A lot of going in circles. All right, so we've got John Mayer secretly hiding as Jarrett, but it's a cry for help because he's on heroin. And now he's trying to tell us what it was really like to break up with Taylor Swift. I think that's where we are. I think that's it. Again, it's a theory. I really like another instance of the timing difference between the guitar lines and the melody cadence. Of course, my other theory is that this is actually the most political song that Jarrett's ever written, but we'll let that slide because that's not nearly as much fun as heroin-addicted John Mayer thinking about Taylor Swift. I do want to have a conversation with you about your overheads and what you do with them in relation to your cymbals. I know that you're very much a close mic first drum guy, and I'm the opposite, but you've got so much cleanliness and your cymbals are there and then they're gone, as opposed to overwhelming, which is something that I know I struggle with. That is a great damn song, man. Part and Parcel. Ooh. Another cool 80s feel. It's always going to get my attention when we break out the chorus pedal. Gorgeous again. Can you mess something up so I could pick on it? Jeez. I'm going to pick up a different theory, and it's actually that you are secretly the lost child of Christopher Cross. But like Sean Lennon to John Lennon, you're doing your own thing. It's similar but very different, but there's hints that make you think of the old man. Which is another way of me saying I want to hear you record Ride Like the Wind. Whoa, 7 songs in, we're getting a guitar solo. So for an album from a drummer, you don't push the drums in the mix, and you don't push a lot of rolls. You just sit back and act as the timekeeper. That's really amazing. People tend to take their favorite instrument and push it forward. Oh, the snap on that snare. Man, I hate you. Track 8, Amaterasu. And there I get a drum roll. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Jarrett's gone grunge. Jarrett's gone grunge. Jarrett's gone grunge. Jarrett's John Drunge. Every J in Bajific Ocean. Never mind. This is the second song where I've noticed that the printed lyrics are different than what you're singing. There, you did something wrong. Nah. So right after making the comment about not focusing on drums, I'm hearing more big drums in this song. I love it. So, I'll again touch on something I started on earlier. Do you ever use a different portion of your vocal range? Because you live in a small spot. Yay, it's the return of my friend technical difficulties, and I froze up right as I was asking questions about vocals, so we'll try it again. Do you ever use a different part of your vocal range? Because you're in this tight area, almost whispered, even when you push it. And I'm just wondering if you... Maybe you're yelling and I can't tell just because of the way you produce it. And of course, there you go and use a bigger voice. I should just ask for everything we get on the next song. Alright. Now I'm thinking that the drugs that John is on are tied to eye health. Maybe eye of newt. Maybe there's secretly a formula for the COVID vaccine in this record. Perhaps that's what Jarrett's doing. Again, it's a theory. Ugh. That dropout, but didn't drop out all the way, was awesome. I know I've been ridiculously positive throughout this whole thing, but here's the deal. This whole thing sounds great, and I mean, I'm sure I could put on my know-it-all hat and try and come up with something, but it'd be nothing but trying to sound holier than thou about something that I have no right to be holier than thou about, because you're really nailing everything here. And And finally, closing out the record, track 10, Celestials. Another reference to eyes or sight.
How's the saying go?
So I wondered if the Celestials was referring to celestial seasonings. You know, like the tea, like sleepy time tea. Because this feels like a lovely cup of chamomile to close out the record. Jarrett's soothingly putting us to sleep, trying to distract us from all the talk of drugs and COVID vaccines and all of that. We were just about ready for bedtime, Jarrett. You ruined sleepy time. So as this drug-filled descent into madness and hiding behind different characters comes to an end, we're jolted awake just before we fall asleep, as we still can't figure out what all the eye references are about. But we know one thing for sure. Paceholder by Jarrett Osborn is another great record. Thanks, guys. Bye.